So I had this one inmate who would roll up bits of cardboard and stuff them up his urethra. So I'm a urologic surgeon, and we would cover the emergencies for the entire hospital and also the jail ward. So unfortunately, there are a bunch of things that can go wrong with the urinary tract that have to be taken care of in a pretty emergent fashion. One of those is urinary retention, where you can't pee. Not an emergency in the short term, but in the long term, if you just can't get your urine out, you go into kidney failure and you need dialysis. And it's also really painful to have a bladder that you just can't empty. So I had this one inmate who would roll up bits of cardboard and stuff them up his urethra. And if he put enough up there, he was basically unable to urinate, and they would have to bring him into the emergency department for us to take care of. To take care of that, we essentially have to put a camera into the urethra and use instruments to pull these pieces out. At the county hospital at the time, we didn't have a ton of resources. OR time was really limited, so we did this a week. So we used a lubricated camera and basically put it in the urethra, used instruments, and fished out these pieces of cardboard. We would give him pain medication, but depending on how much cardboard he put up there, it was a pretty uncomfortable thing for him. The first time I took care of this problem for him, I didn't even ask. I just took care of it, and I was like, okay, don't do this again. Second, third, and fourth time that I had to do this for him, I was like, why are you doing this? He never really gave me a straight answer. In my mind, he was doing this for one of two reasons. Either he wanted to get out of the jail, and the only way that he knew how to do that was via a medical reason, or he had a sort of obsessive disorder where he just obsessively was putting stuff up his orifices. Over the few years that I was covering the county hospital, he chose to focus on this orifice, the urethra. I kid you not, over the course of my few years, I probably treated him a dozen times for this problem. On my last day as a chief covering call in the county hospital, I saw the sheriffs wheeling him down the hallway on the gurney, and I was like, oh man, it has to be you on my last day. And I remember he kind of sat up from his gurney with a smile on his face and said, Doc, don't worry about it. I put it up the other end this time. And that was the last time I ever saw him. I'm Dan the Dornian Doctor. I'm a urologic surgeon. I'm a real estate investor. Follow for more.